Okay, get this. What if getting paid wasn't about waiting for a biweekly paycheck? What if it was a constant stream of money flowing right into your digital wallet second by second? Today, we're diving deep into the seriously radical new ways people are earning a living in Web3.
I mean, really think about that for a second. A job with no boss telling you what to do, no HR department to navigate, and no single country or office you have to be in. It honestly sounds a little like science fiction, right? But this is the actual day-to-day reality for thousands of people working in what are called DAOs. And this is where things get really different. A traditional job, it's hierarchical, with a boss and so on. It's permissioned. You have to get hired to even start. And usually it's tied to a specific location. Well, DAO contribution just flips that entire script. It's decentralized, so power is spread out. It's permissionless, meaning anyone, anywhere, can just show up and start adding value. And it's truly global, connecting people from all over the world.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But how does any of this actually work? To really get how you're paid, we first need to understand the basic toolkit. Let's just quickly break down the 3 core concepts you gotta know. So first up, there's Web3 itself. You've probably heard of Web 1, that was the read-only internet. Then Web 2 came along, the read-write internet of social media giants. Well, Web 3 is the read-write-own internet. The big unlock here, the part that changes everything, is that own part. The core idea is that the people creating the value on a network should own a piece of that network. Next, we have the DAO, which stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Think of it as the new kind of company for Web3. Instead of a CEO and a board of directors making all the calls, a DAO is basically a community run by code. The rules are out in the open, the finances are often automated, and the big decisions, they're made by the community itself. And the final piece of the puzzle is the token. Tokens are pretty much the lifeblood of any DAO. What makes them so powerful is that they mash up a bunch of different functions into one thing. A single token can be your money, your stock, your voting ballot, and your membership card, all rolled into one digital asset. All right, toolkit's ready. We've got the concepts down. Now for the main event. How do you actually get paid? This is really the heart of it. How does money move from a DAO's bank account to a contributor's wallet? Well, it's not just one way to get paid. It's a whole spectrum. On one end, you have bounties. These are small, one-time payments for specific little tasks. Think of them as micro gigs. In the middle, you have grants, which are bigger sums of money to fund specific projects. And then at the high commitment end, you have what look a lot like salaries, often called streams, for core contributors doing full-time work. And this is where it gets really wild. Instead of waiting 2 weeks for a paycheck, these streams I mentioned can literally flow into your digital wallet in real time, second by second. The psychological effect of this is huge. You have this tangible, constant connection between the work you're doing and the value you're earning. It's pretty incredible. And if you want to see this new culture in action, look no further than tools like Coordinape. It's basically a system where teams give bonuses to each other, so there's no manager deciding who gets what. Instead, everyone gets a certain amount of tokens to distribute to their colleagues based on who they think brought the most value. Your bonus is literally decided by your peers. But, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. This new world of work is a huge experiment. And like any experiment, it comes with a whole new set of challenges, problems, and pitfalls. It's really crucial to understand the other side of this coin. The biggest, most immediate problem? Volatility. If your salary is paid in a DAO's token, your income is strapped to a rocket ship, or a rock. As you can see here, a promised $5,000 monthly salary can become $1,000 overnight if the market tanks. That creates this extreme uncertainty that makes it incredibly hard to plan for, rent or food. Then you've got the governance problem. The whole idea is power to the people, right? But what if the people don't show up to vote? In practice, voter turnout in DAOs can be shockingly low, often less than 5%. When that happens, you risk a situation where a small but organized group can end up controlling major decisions, which kind of undermines the whole point. And this brings us to something we absolutely can't ignore: the human cost. Contributor burnout in this space is a real crisis. I mean, when you combine a global, always-on culture with no clear boundaries between work and life, and then you throw in high-stakes public arguments about money, well, it's a recipe for exhaustion, and it's burning out some of the most passionate people in the ecosystem.
So you hear all those challenges, and you might be thinking, why bother, right? Well, what's the path forward, and what's the big idea that makes all these struggles worthwhile? This gets us to the new deal for work that Web3 is really trying to create.
For anyone who's curious about getting into this world, there's actually a pretty well-worn path. You don't just dive into the deep end. You usually start as a lurker, just hanging out, observing, and learning the culture. Then maybe you become a low-stakes contributor, doing a few small bounties to build trust. From there, you might join a specific working group and eventually become a core, essential member of that community. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
And really, when you boil it all down, this is the new social contract that Web3 is trying to build. It's a move away from just selling your time to a corporation. The big idea is to contribute your skills and your creativity to a community you actually believe in, and in return, you get to share in the ownership and the financial upside of everything you build together.
So I'll leave you with this question. After seeing all of this, the incredible promise and the very real problems, what do you think? Is this the actual blueprint for the future of work? Or is it a fascinating, beautiful, but maybe ultimately just a niche experiment? That's the question at the heart of it all.